Hi, Paul. It's Felipe Hernandez with Docebo. It's a pleasure to virtually introduce myself to you. Nate and I were talking. We understand that you're extremely busy. So we want to create an experience for you that resonated what we talk about here at Docebo. So we've actually created our own platform where you're going to be able to find all the hosts of information that you need to make sure that Docebo might check off all the boxes for you guys coming into the RFP process. So I wanted to guide you through a quick experience as you're now going to be a user in Docebo. So you can actually see that we practice what we preach here at our company. So from the top, you're going to be able to go to find any questions and answers that other people have asked within the platform. Don't worry, we've changed the visibility rules so that it's only related to the people that we've talked to in HB. You're the first to come into the experience, so there's no questions set up in the platform right now. But just so you know, later on, you can ask us questions directly, and it's going to be designated to Nate or myself, and we'll be able to get back to you on that. Once those questions have been asked, you're going to be able to search them in our global search bar. So it's going to be easy for you to come back in here and say, okay, what did Felipe say about this? Okay, great. I don't really need to reach out to him. We don't have to get that communication back and forth. You don't have to have that delay of a couple days for me to get back to you, or a couple hours, if even. If you're going through the platform and something's a little bit wrong, maybe you're not really understanding where to go, we also have our Docebo knowledge bases here. So once you guys get a trial up and running for the platform, which it looks like you guys have one or two in there, feel free to go to the Docebo knowledge base. It's a great way to be able to interact and really learn how to utilize the platform. You have tons of customers that live in and breathe by that knowledge base. We also have Docebo L&D resources. So this is where you're going to go to, our channels approach. It's a kind of a Netflix approach to finding all the information that you need on Docebo, industry insights that from research that we do internally, or Docebo tips and tricks from myself. You can also find out about our annual conference, Docebo Inspire. It's going to be September 18th to the 19th. We're going to have industry leaders from around the world there. We're going to have our customers talking about their strategies, not just Docebo specific, but how they're tackling the L&D challenges that they have within their company. So it's a great tool to have there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask an expert. It's going to designate it over here to myself or Nate. You can select where you want to go. So maybe there's a question from the demo calls or the recordings, something you wanted to add that you guys didn't get a chance to ask that question. Feel free to touch on that part. We also have our Docebo learning plan. So this is where you can kind of get to start on everything Docebo specific. So it's going to be a quick overview of our company, who we are, our strategies, what those things look like. I have to enable these for you because you haven't just started them. But it's going to be a section of white papers, kind of one-offs that you guys could look into. It's also going to be, a social learning strategy from Cineplex and Docebo. We know it's a really big deal right now. It's not just about social learning, but how do we actually integrate this? What does it look like? Is it integrating with social media and that contribution, or is it really about sharing the knowledge that our companies have siloed throughout the organization? Then there's also a Docebo 101. This is where you're going to be able to come in here and really understand within the platform, what is Docebo about? Where were we? Where are we going? And what's really the vision, not only for us, but for our customers going into the future? So this is a great way to kind of get a sneak peek. There's a lot of great resources in there. Once you're finalized with that, you're going to be able to go into our channels. So this is going to have, the demo call that we had with Husband, specifics related to Docebo from customer studies, how we implement Coach and Share, to our latest product releases about AI and where we see that headed and why we think it's important. A couple overviews, and then there's going to be a ton of content that I haven't assigned out to here for you guys. It's going to pop up. But even things about, hey, where's L&D going? One of the guys that I see as a visionary in L&D is Nick Van Dam, that used to be the CLO of McKinsey. So understanding, kind of the tips and tricks that are in his book, Elevating L&D, where Berzing sees the future of learning, how LinkedIn Learning is playing a bigger role in learning in the workplace, and how they see skill mapping as something that's really important, and where we're going with that as well. If mobile's a big thing, there's a mobile demo in here. Really, this is about making your decision easy, but also knowing how you can interact with the platform and how easy it is to do that. Not even having to dive into these things to be able to communicate with them. You can rate them, you can ask questions, you can even play them directly from this activity stream, which I think is one of the most underused things within the platform. I know it's a lot, but we wanted to give you an experience that really resonated with our belief that our platform is meant to be used, not just even by our customers, but I think by the people that we're working with. And I think we're doing a disservice if we don't acknowledge that. So I hope this was useful. You're gonna actually find this right smack in the center. So first thing you log in, just take a look at that. It's gonna guide you through the whole platform and everything that you need to know. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this, share this with the team, and I'm excited to start working with you guys in a little bit.